Hi everybody, and welcome to episode 27. I'm Corey, I'm the Dungeon Master. I just want to say thank you for coming and listening to us. Make sure you subscribe and follow whatever you're listening on. It really helps us out. And thanks again. Have a good one. Hi everybody, and welcome to episode 27. I'm Corey, I'm the Dungeon Master, and I'm here with Group 2 today for episode 27. Say hi, guys.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi.
So, let's go ahead and go up the line. Let's start with Tangled.
Hello, I'm TangledinBlue, or Laura, and I play Mila, the elven sorcerer of wild magic.
Sam.
I am Samael, also known as Jonathan, and I am playing Lynn, the half-drow bard of whispers.
Rodeo.
Hi, I'm Rodeo. I play Aeson Goldhand, the half-elf fighter cavalier.
And Half-Dead Blue.
Hi, I'm Blue. I play Zachariah Talor, and just like the Super Bowl, I've sadly went sicko mode as well.
Oh,
Ouch. I don't even watch football, but I've heard things. So guys, last episode, you guys had been traveling a little bit farther, and you guys are inching your way to Croca. If I remember correctly, you guys at this point have, what, 3 days?
3 or 4 days, yeah.
Yeah, I think it's 4, honestly. I might be wrong on that.
No, I think, like, just before we headed out, I think it was 4.
Oh, that's true, yeah.
Pretty much have 4 days. And I expanded that last one because the rest of them are off by like 5. So yeah, you guys are 4 days out of Croca. Does anybody remember when the event starts?
What event?
The event, the festival in Croca.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know when it starts.
I don't think we ever heard the date.
We just knew it was occurring, not sure the date.
Oh, okay. So we haven't really gotten full information about that. Okay.
No.
Yeah, Croca's more been a destination for a job more than the festivities.
Yeah. Well, after the events of course, the wormling dragon that you guys ended up fighting, and of course then the bear, you guys settled down to kind of take a breather and relax. And I'm assuming that you guys had kind of like made camp. And I'm going to give you guys an option now, because I know I didn't give it to you last time. Do you want to do anything with this bear? I know somebody wanted the pelt, but it was really knackered.
Oh yeah, the Rogaine bear.
You'll get a nice bear.
Aeson will see what he can do to butcher it and get us some food.
Okay.
Survival?
Yep.
That's a 17.
That's a nice roll. What you are going to get is, I'd say about 17 pounds of meat is what you can just kind of scratch off. Now, that's, that's not bad. A lot of this guy is mostly fat. It looks like he was getting ready to hibernate, so he was getting ready to kind of, burn through most of that through his sleep. You're going to get 17 good pounds of, like, meat. You're going to get a pelt, but it's not going to be the most beautiful thing in the world. What I will say is that it's warm. We could probably cover a full-grown male.
One warm, knackered bear pelt. Got it. How much would you say it weighs?
I would say it would probably weigh a good 5 pounds.
Got it. Aeson's going to start collecting firewood, if everybody's in agreement that we'll camp here.
Yeah, why not?
I'm
So
good
he's
with
going
that.
to start gathering firewood, and he's going to attempt at some point to smoke some of the extra bear meat.
Okay. Like the meat itself, or the fat?
No, he wants to smoke the meat so that it'll stay longer. It's not just cooked meat, it's smoked.
Okay. All right. Let me go ahead and put a fireplace there for you guys. Give me a quick survival check on that one. Just another quick one.
That's a 7.
That's a 7. How many pounds are you going to try to kind of smoke?
I'd have said, how many of this? There's 5 of us. I would probably try to smoke about 10 pounds and then cook the other 7 pounds for us to share.
All right. I will say that what comes out of the smoker, it's going to be charcoal.
Oh.
Oh man.
Well,
Womp womp.
I haven't done this much before. You'll have to excuse me.
The rest of the meat, however, since you're cooking it, go ahead and give me another survival. Go ahead and do it with advantage because I'm sure he's cooked before. Bear is not difficult to get your hands on.
Yeah, he has cooked before. That's kind of more
Cole's
his thing.
Yeah, Cole's going to give you a helping hand too, so that's going to give you the.
Wow.
Triple sevens. It's a
the
lucky
one time
session,
you don't
boys.
want triple sevens.
Yeah, right.
Wow.
It's 2 7s. Yeah, so we dropped a 7 for a 7.
Every roll's had a 7 in it so far.
I mean, I wouldn't say this comes down to the cooking itself. I would say this comes down to the meat. As soon as it's put into this thing and you guys sit down to kind of get a bite, it's going to taste really tough and gamey.
As bear meat is wont to do.
Well, this one is especially like gamey. It's must have been through a lot of crap and it just probably didn't have the greatest diet. And so it's definitely showing through the meat.
Well, better than cold rations.
Yeah.
Right quick though, the charcoal itself that you talked about, is it like a solid piece or is it just like bits and like dust of charcoal?
I'd say it's a solid piece.
Okay. What did Aeson do with that charcoal piece?
Does anybody want this?
I mean, yeah. Yes, I could use that. If you don't want to toss that out.
Well, here you are, Zachariah. No need to waste it.
So after smoking it and getting all that moisture out of it, it'll go from about 10 pounds to 7. But it'll be like one large kind of... it's about the size of a dinner plate, really.
All right. Yeah, it can be used for spellcasting, I believe.
Yes and no. See, it's... and when I say charcoal...
You just mean I burned the shit out of it?
Yeah. So it's not actually charcoal, because charcoal is something a little bit different. It's
Not
not
like-
wood and other things like that.
It's not like burnt wood you could use for marking. It's just it's
Exactly.
refuse at this point.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. It could still be used for something else, though.
That is true.
Highly
Yeah.
usul.
I just wanted to make sure I was clear,
yeah.
in case you had a different idea for it.
Oh, yeah.
Um,
But I would say about this time after the meal, Zachariah would be just pushing himself off from camp just very slightly as he does to go through his book again.
Mhm.
As he, as of lately, just been more focused on the reading.
Aeson will turn to Cole. It'll say, "You've shown me so much. Would you like me to teach you a few things?"
I guess it depends. What are you going to show me?
Well, I can teach you how to wield your sword in a slightly more efficient and less exhausting manner.
Well, I guess it couldn't hurt.
Well, when you lose one and you only have one, it's always nice.
Oh, he's going to pull up a hand axe from his side. Usually when I lose one, I just grab one of these.
Regardless, it'll save you some energy. So basically, what I had planned is Aeson would go, into the woods slightly, get a couple sticks out, and he would teach Cole some of the more fancy ways to move the sword in and how to, deflect and parry without using as much energy and strength, since Aeson is more of a defensive fighter than a offensive fighter.
Okay.
But he also has a specialty in dueling, so one-handed swords use, so he knows how to, move in and out and cut well and slash with more efficiency than many other fighters.
Okay. So here's what we're gonna do. Are you really like looking to give him something that he can use later, or is this just what I'm saying is, are you building this up for him to potentially learn like a new skill or something in the end?
If that's what he would like, then yes.
I'd say most likely he would be interested in that.
Okay, because that's what I'll be doing then. I'll be teaching him, the ins and outs of how to use your sword in a more delicate and fancy manner.
Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna do 2 dex rolls. One for how dexterous you are when teaching him this, because you gotta kind of be on it. That way he can kind of understand what's going on, and then he'll make a roll and see. We'll see. If they're high rolls, then not only you're teaching him well, he's gaining the information. If they're both low rolls, it's just an off day.
Yep. All right. So I'll make my dex roll. Not my greatest skill, but we'll see how it goes.
Okay.
That's a 4.
And Cole will get a 12. What I would say is that maybe with the training you're starting with, you're probably trying to get a feel for his innate ability, kind of how dexterous he is. So I would say you're probably not given full force here, especially with a 4. So you start a little slow, and he seems to be a lot more capable.
Yeah.
Also hungry too, apparently.
Sorry, that's a motorcycle.
No, there's a motorcycle in the background.
Meanwhile, in the back of the forest, motorcycles.
If you would like, we could do one more roll, and we can, you can probably maybe go to the next step in training, which is how I would explain it, and kind of I'd give you another roll, and then of course he would roll again. But if we do that, that's going to take you guys probably about another hour or so.
Aeson would be fine doing that.
Okay. All right. So go ahead and give me one more dex, and then we will catch up with kind of what everybody else is doing.
It's 14.
Alrighty. That's a 9. So this one's a little bit more difficult. He does seem to comprehend the basics, but his... how best to put it? With his 2-weapon fighting comparatively to your defensive, he struggles because he's more of an offensive kind of fighting style. And so defensive is it's not horrible for him, but it's not his thing right out.
Yeah, absolutely.
From there, I will say we'll split off kind of from the group, from the 2 boys. Actually, I'll put you guys kind of like over here. And, we'll catch up with Zachariah real quick, because, you're kind of sneaking off.
Not too far. I'd say I'm just about a good 20 steps away from the campfire, probably. Something along that lines, just out of people's way.
Okay. And you said you were reading. What exactly are you reading up on? Is there anything in particular?
I would say that Zachariah's been reading through his grandfather's notebook again. Just to elaborate on some of the things he's been reading through and finding, especially trying to find out more about this new technique that he just tried and find out that works.
Okay. All right.
Lynn's actually going to try and sneak up behind him while he's reading. Do you want me to try and roll a stealth on that?
If you're sneaking, I'd say probably, yeah.
Come on. 18?
we'll go off his passive since you're kind of reading and not.
Yeah.
So that's a 13. So I'd say you'd be able to kind of sneak up behind him.
All right. She's gonna like take a glance over his shoulder over at the book, and then do a hard grasp on his shoulders, like, "What you reading?"
That is not polite. But yes, I'm. As he shuts the book, a memento from home.
Really?
Oh, excuse me.
Just feeling a bit ill.
I'm fine. Anyway. Ugh.
My apologies. Just wanted a bit of fun and saw you read interest in Tome.
Well, reading is the best way to learn stories outside from hearing it from the people themselves. Kind of spinning around, though, at this point. So tell me. What do you enjoy reading? Let me start with that, since we're on reading.
Enjoy reading. Well, whatever I can pick up here and there. What stories I like to gather and gain my interest tend to come from the people. Just observing them, seeing how they go about, bits of rumors here and there. I like to make my own stories. Your favors come from your family?
Something like that. Honestly, I find it hard nowadays to choose favorites. When you've heard so many and see how many intersect, how many are similar, but yet these people have never had any chance of meeting, it's hard to choose a favorite, but you grow an appreciation for all of them, really. It's the the parent syndrome, I guess. You love them all equally.
Yes, love all so equally. But of those shared with you, what would be your favorite? Well, what strikes closest to home for you?
I would say that the Tale of the Rising Sun. It's an old tale, mostly fiction, of just the telling of a far-off land known as Brazar, and just a story about redemption. It's a city and country owned of pirates and thieves, and someone else who comes across of bad times coming in, shedding blood for that country and soon becoming its king to reform it. Just to keep it simple with something like that, it's a very long story, but that's the basic gist of it. Oversimplification, I deem, but still, it hits close to heart a little.
You notice Lynn just wistfully looking and rocking back and forth, like she has like a childlike attention to his, like she wants to hear more. You'll really will have to share more with me later on. Sounds quite interesting.
Oh, I have a lot of tales of the whole Rising Sun ordeal. Actually, if you're not doing anything at the moment, I could go over it. What's the time looking about? Is it starting to get really dark?
I would say that the sun has started to go over, so it's getting like that amber-esque kind of glaze to the sky.
All right. I don't think we have enough time for that one, but I don't know, maybe when people join back at the campfire, I can tell of another story. One that's a lot shorter.
Ooh, campfire stories with Papa Zachariah.
Sing that song, doo-da, doo-da.
Please don't call me Papa again, please.
I'm just kidding. You seem so... Forgive me for seeming rude, but ever since we met, you seem so distant? Just off in your own little world a bit.
Kind of taking a moment of, thought, confusion, then kind of just spacing out for a second. Yes, I guess I could see that. It's been you've heard, it's been interesting past few days. A tale of its own, I guess.
And one worth remembering, if not only for those who lost, but all the more reason in order to celebrate with song and story. Why not keep their memories alive?
Memories, yes. Celebration, no. I disagree.
Doesn't mean you can't just forget about them, but keep them in high regard with high spirits in your heart.
For the most part, I try to.
Try it. You might have a more happier look upon your face.
Well, I guess that would be... that'd be good for once lately, in this trip.
Sure, my stories wouldn't be quite so jovial, if quite so fanciful, but perhaps I could share someone a time or another?
Oh, of course. Not every story is happy. There's tragedies of their own. But every story is important. Everyone worth remembering anyway.
It's not exactly a good tragedy if you can't make a comedy out of it at some point.
Yeah. There's a good couple of artists I would agree with that.
Come on back to the fire and just relax us a bit. You look so lonely over here.
Fine, I'm not going to be learning much from this today anyway. As he's just going to start just taking his bag and start just shoving the books back into it.
Okay. Mila, you've had some time to yourself, kind of around the fire. In that time, what would you be doing?
She'd just be kind of sitting there, probably playing with her shortened hair, fiddling with the seeing gem with her other hands, looking at the sun, waiting till it gets just dark enough that she can look through it and see if she can finally see something in this thing.
All right. Well, I would say just as kind of at the almost into their story, the sky will get dark enough to where you can see the dancing lights on the tree trunks behind you from the fireplace. If you like, let's go ahead and roll a 1d100. And, below a 50, it's not going to work. Above a 50, you might activate it.
Oh, God.
Come on, you can do this.
Damn!
Oh, come on.
That is a 21.
It's rolled 21 so many times.
Can she use her Tides of Chaos for that?
Very risky.
I'd say if she wants to, yes. I would also stress that, it's still not fully dark. You could potentially just hold off until it gets a little bit darker, and I would allow another roll.
Okay, yeah, she's... and also, I used my Tides of Chaos earlier for the fight with the dragon, so that doesn't get restored.
Actually, you got that back, didn't you? Because you had something on the chart.
Oh, yes, you're right. I totally forgot about that, so never mind.
Yeah, because
but,
you lost your hair.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, a whole bunch of stuff happened. So yeah, she's gonna kind of put it away, and just still fiddle with her short hair and just kind of waits till it gets much darker.
You sure? You don't want to roll my chart? Is that
I'm
what you're choosing?
I'm very sure for now.
That doesn't sound dirty at all.
Hey, you know what I meant.
You're sure you don't want to roll my chart?
You don't want to roll my chart? I've got an extra D6 of sexiness.
Oh God.
Wow.
I'm telling
So
Winter.
Feel free.
She'll probably just repeat the same thing back to you.
So, kind of after the conversation, Lynn and Zachariah will return back to the campfire. And I would say probably Cole and Aeson, they'd probably take like a 10 to 15 minute break kind of in the middle of their training. Just kind of take a breather. So I'd say at this point, pretty much everybody's around the fire for a little bit of time, at least for the boys, Cole and Aeson, just to kind of take a breather before they return. Because you guys maybe have another 45 minutes left before, the results of your training ended up coming through.
So you say we're all back at the fire, just relaxing between sessions?
Yeah.
Aeson will take a seat, stretch himself out a little bit. Cole, you learned much faster than I thought.
Well, I did have a knack for things, mostly combat.
It certainly shows.
Boys and their sticks.
Cole's gonna look over at kind of like the crystal that Mila's fiddling with. What's that?
Oh, it's just a crystal. Nothing much. It's nothing. It's nothing. It's nothing.
All right.
Why are you so nervous, Mila?
'Cause I'm always nervous.
That's true, but you seem especially so now.
It's really just nothing. Just a jewel gem type of thing from somewhere. I found it. She's gonna kind of like look over to Zachariah, like kind of like, do I tell him about this thing? Like,
Mila, it's alright to tell them. It was a gift from me. It was a gift from me earlier on, from the Crystal Brook, before we headed out.
Do me
She
a
seemed
favor
very...
and roll a deception.
Holy shit.
That is good.
21, baby.
21
Wow.
deception.
That 21...
That is going to be really hard to beat.
ooh.
I don't.
He's
Yeah.
very good minstrel of
Yeah.
words.
So Aeson got a 17, Lynn got a 4, and then, of course, Cole got a 10. So, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. Go ahead and continue what you were saying.
She seemed very enamored by it. While we were spending the short amount of time there, I was able to ask a favor and get a good discount on it. I don't know.
My question is, can we roll insight on Mila? Because she squeaked really hard when he said that.
I will roll deception.
Yeah, I'd say go ahead.
Why is that on advantage? But no.
To be fair, the flustered part could work with it. But you can take it as you wish.
The fluster part could,
Mm.
and because your lie was so good,
Mm.
I'm going to give her a helping advantage. That would give her the 14. So let's see here. So, Lynn, you're going to get the inkling, like, you're not going to get the idea that that was a complete lie. Some of it may have been somewhat true,
Oh, yeah.
but that might not be the entire story.
I'm gonna hold off for now, because with what time I've been with Mila, I don't want to pressure too hard.
By the way, I'm just going to do this for resource management's sake in case something happens.
Okay.
Just in case something in the middle of the night.
Yeah, because that puts me at 1 below full.
You're gonna need your second win for the night.
Well, no, I get it after a short rest too, though.
I know. I get what you mean.
So, just sitting here and talking around the fire, I should regain it and not have to blow a hit die.
We haven't really done much with like short rests and stuff. I don't think the group's really.
Early on, you really don't need short rests.
Yeah. Well, it's gonna get a little bit darker now. Normally, in this time of year, when it gets dark quick. And so as the moons kind of rise just over the tree line, Mila, you could make another roll if you want to kind of look through the crystal.
Yes. Please, 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 please. Woo!
Holy!
Wow.
94.
works.
94.
With the
And
90s.
Deception does.
So it
do-
was moonlight.
Oh God, how long have I been trying? Okay, sorry.
No, it's fine. Revel in it. Go ahead.
Ah!
Just imagine Mila going, "Fuck yeah!"
I don't know what America is, but fuck yeah.
As this crystal shines, it's going to shine right through it onto the tree trunk of a tree behind you. What it's going to show you is shadowed-esque figures. One that is really, really large. If you like, I can have you make an Arcana check to see if you can kind of get a guess on what it is.
And everyone else can see this, right?
I was just about to say, I would say that this is large enough that everyone is going to see this.
That was a 9
There-
for Arcana, by the way. So no, I don't think so.
Knowing
Anything
that
else we can roll?
I mean, everybody else is seeing this separately, so I can let everybody do their own kind of Arcana check if they want. Because nobody's like, all right, they're not designating anybody. It just kind of popped up.
Well, here goes nothing.
Yep, Lynn knows
There you go.
nothing.
Exactly, there goes nothing.
Me. Oh,
Wow!
Hey guys, the person who doesn't know magic. I know what that is.
Hey,
It's like-
he knows magic. He's
with-
an Eldritch Knight.
I've had magic for 2 days.
And I know more than any of you.
so with Mila gets a 9, Zachariah gets a 12, Lynn gets a 6, Aeson gets a 4, and Cole gets a 20. Now, it may not necessarily be common knowledge. Zachariah, you're going to get the whole look of this thing.
Uh-huh.
It's a dragon.
Oh.
It is an ancient dragon. It is gnarly. The horns is just... It's almost like it's from a horror book. It's got large, sharp teeth. The claws and wings are bat-like, and even with this being shadow, there's like 2 piercing holes where the eyes should be of just pure light, and it just seems to shine a very dark kind of feel. I would say that standing in front of this dragon seems to be a group of people. Quite numerous, I might say. And then standing in the front of them is a figure who seems to be holding up some sort of short beam of light. It kind of only extends from the hand for, about an inch or so, which roughly about the size of a longsword or maybe like a rapier or something.
So he's holding it like a weapon, or
he's kind of holding it above, pointing, kind of upward at the dragon, which looms over these people.
okay, so he's holding an item, not just like from the hand, correct?
Yeah, he's literally holding it like he's holding the sword hilt.
Okay.
Yeah. If I could get you guys, each of you, really, to roll me a perception. Oh!
Oh, it just caught up. Jeez.
Wow. All right. Zachariah got a 7. Lynn got a natural 20. Aeson got a 12. Mila got a 20. And let me roll a perception for Cole. That's an 11. So, Zachariah, you're not really going to perceive much other than that. Aeson, you're going to find... Well, you're going to notice in the crowd, there's a... And these shadows are really detailed to the point down below. There's a feminine figure that seems to have a hairstyle very similar to somebody in your party. You would recognize that person probably as Lynn.
So I know I can recognize a person in the party, and it appears to be Lynn, at least hairstyle-wise.
Hairstyle, the way that the clothes kind of fold down and kind of make its curve. If you had to pick somebody's shadow, right, it would closely resemble Lynn's.
Good thing I've been traveling with her long enough to probably know what that looks like.
Now, Mila and Lynn, you're going to notice Zachariah's kind of structural, shading as if it was his shadow. You're definitely going to notice Mila's figure. It's not hard to miss. The long cloak, the now shorter hair. You're also going to see Aeson's figure standing beside, yourself, Lynn. And so you guys perceive the four of you. There is also one in the picture that's, from the way that it looks, it's not, maybe the light isn't hitting it absolutely perfect. There is another figure standing with you on your side. Now on the other side, there are going to be another 5 or so figures. One of them seems to be holding some sort of sledgehammer, and they'll be wearing like a horn. Like they'll have horns kind of jutting from their head. From there, you'll also see kind of like another shorter-haired figure, and you can kind of see like a lute or like a smaller instrument kind of on the back of them. And then there is what seems to be a small child, probably about the age of like 10 or 11 or so, size-wise. And then there are 2 other figures. One of them looks mostly humanoid. No protruding or kind of like interesting features to it. The clothes seem different in a way. And then the other 2, as it gets to the edge of the crystal itself, those are blurred a little bit. But it seems to be depicting some sort of a battle.
Lynn's just gonna do a double take, like looking to each member of the group, then looking back to these shadows, and it's like,
No.
Well,
That's,
Lynn... Oh, sorry.
that's not right. Is that us?
That's us. I mean,
I'm quite sure I see Lynn in there.
Yes.
Sorry, go ahead.
I mean, I see you, Aeson, as well. I see Zachariah. I see myself. I see other figures too.
Horned figures. TVs?
I'm guessing, yeah.
Child as well. What is this? And you picked this up in Crystal Rock?
Yes.
Mila?
Roll a deception.
Okay.
Yeah, I would say this whole time Zachariah just kind of saw the whole thing just pop up, ran up towards Mila, just
Oh.
and kind of going with the roll exactly. Just looked at that, just I think it's kind of looking at Mila for most of the time, just that looking down, just gritting his teeth.
So Aeson, you're gonna get the feeling because let's go down this. So basically, we got an insight of 14 from Aeson, insight of 8 from Lynn, an insight of 5 from Cole, and Milo rolled a deception of 11. So Aeson, you're gonna get the feeling like there's something off. How could they just randomly pick something up like this and it be so similar? Including the fact that, if somebody made this, they would probably need to look at each member extensively just to create this.
Now, the question is whether Aeson is polite about this and doesn't call Mila out in front of everyone. Or whether he's concerned about them being all of them in there in what appears to be a battle. Ooh, let's see.
Worst part is this is still mostly true. This
That
is
is
like
a
80%
natural
true.
20.
So with a natural 20, Aeson is not going to say anything.
He rolled a politeness check. His man.
His moral roll.
Yep. Aeson always succeeds on morality rolls.
Oh, you
Do me a favor and roll me another D100.
Oh no.
Oh God.
Can't wait to see Jasper draw an ace on for that last
51.
one.
51.
With a 51, as you kind of talking and looking around, you're going to tilt the crystal a little bit, and it's going to shine from a different side. And you're going to notice that there is more than just one picture in this crystal. Would you like to focus it?
Yes.
All right. Roll me a quick D4.
Okay, D4. That's a 4.
There's going to depict, you guys. And this one seems to have like a storyboard. So there's like 4 platforms in this picture, each of them depicting something different. From what you can gather is all the lot of you, all 5 of you, including Cole's kind of thing. It shows a picture of you guys reaching Croca. Underneath of it, it shows kind of like festivities and drinking, but there's a little bit of a chaos. And in the next depiction, there seems to be just straight up destruction in part of the town. And in the 4th and final picture, it'll be you guys, kind of standing over. One, there'll be a dead creature behind you. One that doesn't really give too much detail, but you will be standing at a very familiar picture of the group standing over a carcass, a human body. Would you like to roll me a perception roll?
Yes.
All of
I
us?
do.
All of us?
Yes.
Oh God.
Damn it. Oh,
Lynn again.
Wow.
Lynn with a clutch.
She's a-
clutch.
with her job, she's a very perceptive individual.
You're
We're
not
all
even more
focused now.
perceptive than me. We're all the same perception.
Yeah, everyone that rolls 3.
Let me roll a quick perception for Cole. That's a natural one.
He doesn't know the
Kill.
shit.
Gang, Cole, we at the bottom here.
He's got a piece of dust in his eye.
Let me go over the rolls here. We got Aeson with an 8, Lynn with a natural 20, Zachariah with a 16, Mila with a 16, and a natural 1 with Cole. Lynn, you're going to notice that the body that's laying in front of you guys has no distinction. You can't tell if it's male, you can't tell if it's female, you can't tell if they're wearing armor or a regular shirt. But what you are going to notice is that standing over this body is only 4 people. And you can kind of get that it is you, Mila,
No.
Zachariah,
No.
and Aeson.
Prediction time. Heel turn coming up. Just prediction.
Oh,
Lynn's immediately just gonna.
Just cover her mouth.
What's the matter then?
It's, nothing. Just. Thought I saw something else.
at this point, Mila's kind of just shaking.
Would you like to roll me another d4 then?
Me, sure.
Yeah, I think at this point, even Zachariah would say, this is a lot.
With a 2, with your shaking, it's gonna there will be, as the crystal turns, another picture.
Oh no.
You see how many pictures are on this thing. Is it right quick before we go on though? I remember hearing that things like this were normal. These little orbs. This seems out of the ordinary though for it to have so many pictures.
They
Like-
have so many, yes. I would say that even for you, that it strikes odd.
Hmm. How does one create these pictures, or would Zachariah know?
Most of them can be made with Arcana, but most of the time, structures like this, they can only do one. Anything more than that, it would require some talent and some magic. A lot of people can purchase these for like 5 gold, and what they can do is they can either imprint it into the crystal,
Mm-hmm.
or kind of like a selfie kind of thing. It will. You would place it on top of a paper, and you would kind of like elevate it and point the tip of the crystal towards whatever you're trying to capture, basically. And you'd flash kind of like a light behind it, like a light spell or like some sort of like bright light.
Like the old cameras.
Basically.
Yeah.
And it would kind of, with great detail, depict whatever it's pointing at, and it would toss it onto the parchment. It really normally only has one use, and after that, the crystal reverts back to a normal form of crystal. But you kind of got your option. You can use it as a crystal, which is like something you can shine inside of the light with less detail, or you can do the tapestry part.
So, just for a quick recap, it's 1, weird to have so many pictures. 2, it's weird that it's showing just aspects of us that we haven't seen or done, like being in like Croca together. So,
And you've never posed for anything like this. And a lot of times for crystals like this, people would have to take pictures of something that's already happened, where they would make it out of their own magic, in which case they would need to know everybody in very great detail. And in order to do that without them physically being there to recreate the scene.
yeah, that was in the next question. Can illusion work with this? Like, you conjure up
No.
illusion and it sees the illusion, or is it like a vampire kind of thing?
It's not, you can't really do it with illusion. The magic that it would take to create it would see right through the illusion. You'd have to have something powerful.
Anyway, sorry to cut off before the next picture.
No, it's
No,
fine.
It's fine. No,
It's very relevant information.
no, it's good. Yeah.
So yeah, this is very much just a like grasping like the back of his neck with both hands kind of thing with Zachariah. It's just what is going on? What is this?
In the second, in the next picture, you're going to see more of a group that you don't know. Of course, you're going to see the person with the large hammer, the horns as well. Another humanoid figure, which looks female. She seems to have kind of smaller horns, but she's turned to like two other people, which is the one with the lute, the female figure, and the boy. And they're walking down this road. It seems as though they just came from a crossroads. And then standing, kind of like off in the distance, kind of like something they're walking from, there is the look of breaking of a chain and some maniacal-looking, disturbed face, which seems to have some sort of like light kind of lining through the face and kind of down through the chin, and it looks eerie. Like you get the feeling something is being depicted as being released here.
Mila's just like speechless at this moment. Like her lip is quivering, like her hand is shaking even more, and like she's just like shaking her head back and forth, like just what's going on? What is all this? And she's gonna kind of like turn to look to Zachariah, like to see if he knows anything.
Well, just kind of, dumbstruck and kind of giving a glance and looking over. I have no idea. I have no idea what this is.
Do you know any of those people? The one with the hammer and the other two, the child, the one carrying the lutes, and the other one with the smaller horns?
No. It's so hard to tell because it's still a good bit dark for me, but I don't recognize any of these people. Nothing of note comes into my mind for creatures with horns or children.
Aeson's gonna take a closer study at the figures in this one.
Same with Lynn. Like, she travels around a bit. Would she recognize any of the people, even vaguely?
Give me a quick perception.
I rolled a 19 for my perception on studying the thing.
Okay.
I did a 12.
A perception of 12? No. None of them look familiar.
Okay.
Aeson, you rolled a 19. One figure in particular looks quite familiar.
Aeson's going to he is going to, I guess, go even a little bit more pale than he normally is, and walk back. He went up to look at the shadows closer, and now he's walking back.
Aeson,
Aeson?
you right?
Yes, yes, I'm fine.
You look deathly pale.
Don't I always, though?
Just worried is all.
I just rolled an insight for Aeson, and I got a 3, so no.
But
Wow.
I'm just rolling.
I got inside of 4.
Lynn got a 4, deception of 13, insight of 6.
Like I said, I'm not paying attention.
We are all-
I just
We are
wanted to
all
see
too
what it was.
shook.
Cole
Yeah.
got 11.
I just think I recognized someone in there is all.
I mean, we're all in there, so
Mila, give me one last 1d100.
okay. 34.
The light will flicker out. You feel like there is one more side to this crystal, but it's no longer meeting the light requirements. You would know that there is still more on this crystal.
Yeah, she's in a weird state right now where she's kind of thoughts are going through her mind, like she wanted to see more, but at the same time it just freaks her out so much that she's kind of glad it went away, but it's just this weird mixed emotion in her head, and I think it probably is showing on her face as well.
Okay, okay, nope.
And Lynn's accent's gonna drop. She's immediately gonna like step back and start pacing a bit.
Okay, what happened in there? Let's discuss what happened. What we just saw. There was us. There was other people we know potentially. A dragon? How are we even in that? Oh God!
Someone dead too, like
Lynn's immediately gonna freeze up when you mention that.
that was Croca in there. Like I know it was, and oh God, oh my God.
What is this? Seriously, what is this? Some prophetic shit?
Don't know what it is, but I don't much care for it.
Zachariah would just kind of be in a... He's just kind of in a deep into it, just deep in his head at this. I think he's desperately trying to look for an answer from this. Not able to find one. I don't think there's any possibility of him ever finding one with what we have right now. I don't know.
Mila's gonna kind of just sink to the ground. Her hands over her ears, and she's just kind of like holding back tears, just kind of like she's completely lost right now.
Aeson will probably take a seat next to Mila and just give her a gentle nudge with his shoulder.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Don't apologize. We all saw
Yes,
things in there we didn't want to see. It's going
I
to
do
be okay,
think-
though.
I do think now would be about a good time to start telling the truth, though.
Mila's good. I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
Wait, who are you
Let's-
saying to that to, though? Are you saying that to Mila or to Aeson?
Both Zachariah and Mila.
Yeah,
Oh.
Mila's gonna kind of look over to Zachariah. Just
We did get this from Crystal Brook, but I wasn't there when Mila got it. I don't know exactly what happened, and I didn't see the things that she did, but there's somebody there. Lovis is the one who gave it to us, and he knows more on this. Just kind of scowling at this point, just...
Who's Lovis?
he had a I'm not. I'm sorry. He was an alchemist.
Oh.
His face was just. I mean, we wore a mask, but once everyone left, he pulled up the mask and his face was almost like a skull. And then he gave me this crystal and said that it's some sort of like future disaster that's going to happen.
That wasn't Lovis.
Huh?
And technically it's Lovis. Lovis is a very chubby, fat, self-centered man.
Wait, so
who did she meet then?
I don't know. But from the description... He shakes his head. No. No.
Cole?
Cole, we need information. What do you think she meant?
Hades?
What?
No.
And Lynn's immediately gonna go for the amulet to Taiki.
No, you... No one's joking about the prophetic thing, right?
Hades, the god of death?
Not necessarily death, but the underworld, yes.
Wait, so why would he be in Crystalbrook, and why...
Why on earth would he ever even set foot on the mortal plane? Why
Can
on
I-
earth would he...
Can I make a religion check on that real quick?
Sure.
Same
Yeah.
for...
Sorry, I'll.
Yeah,
Because I myself am kind of struck on the lore of Hades and all that, and I'm of course rolling poorly. I'm not going to be able to recall.
So, 10, 6, and 19. Lynn got the 10, Mila got the 19, Zachariah got the 6. Aeson, were you interested in...
Oh, Aeson was just gonna simply turn to Cole and... What makes you think it might be Hades?
Well... You said he was wearing a mask, right?
yeah, it was like... And there was some sort of clockwork, like, sounds going on beneath it.
It sounds to me like maybe he attempted to... Well, but not 100% complete. I mean, the last time we heard any kind of rumors of a god coming to our world, it destroyed half of Graydon.
Aeson's gonna go white at that memory.
Yeah. There was a huge tidal wave.
How long ago would that have been?
Probably before your time. Probably a little while after the Great War, when whatever was left of the Titans were being kind of picked off of the land and turned into weapons.
All right, but it'd be still something Aeson would know because of, his plan.
Yeah, it's written into every history book of Graydon.
Yeah, he would know that.
More importantly, sorry to interrupt, but more importantly, more than who it was, what this and that, what do we do now?
Well, the picture showed destruction in Croca. We could avoid it. But
Then you would
Feels like-
cause...
yes, feels like if we avoided it, we would just end up with more people on our hands.
I mean,
Or it happens and we're not there to stop it.
Exactly.
the festival in Croca, how long till
So that's a 12 for history. 5 days.
Okay.
If I had to guess, the reason that there were so many pictures and so many depictions, that's probably from the fates themselves. And that sounds like a prophecy.
So us and this other group are, I mean,
If they're even a group, they might be individual people.
Either way, it seems we're connected some way.
Cole's going to pull out his mead.
Aeson is going to get up. He's going to take his bag and just kind of just mosey on off into the woods just a little bit.
I think Mila's just kind of like rattling off to herself in Elvish. Just saying, like, just trying to calm herself down as much as she can.
Okay.
I think Zachariah is just not going as far as, say, Aeson, just taking steps off. Just, I do not enjoy being a plaything of the gods.
I don't think the gods had anything to do with this.
Yeah, Mila's gonna like turn to him and just like, I mean, if it was Hades who gave this to me, it's clearly the gods like doing
It doesn't mean
something.
they have a hand in it. Some prophecies are only made because it's inevitable. It's not that any god had a hand in it. Prophecies are prophecies because they've been foretold to happen.
Which means either way, we have to get ready. Whatever this is, even at least just getting information.
I'm sure if we've got this, there's probably other writing somewhere of something.
How in the hell are we going to clear out a city before a festival?
I don't think we do.
I may have a contact that can help at least mitigate it.
There are thousands of people in Croker.
Man, I'm wishing Aeson hadn't walked off.
Dun dun dun!
God. Okay, I may have an idea, but damn it, Aeson, why'd you have to run off? Cole, we'll talk about this later. May need your assistance as well, but just trust me. Aeson!
She's just gonna go running right after him.
All right, Aeson is going to be probably 15 feet into the woods, and he's going to be sitting up against a tree, and he's going to, in his hands, he's going to have a piece of paper with a picture of a younger him and someone else on it that he's looking at. Well, one of the drawings that Corey described that the crystals can do.
He's just sitting up against a tree. Okay. This is stressful. So
How you
guess
feeling, guys?
I'm gonna need those whoppers. I'm gonna need those whoppers.
Yeah.
Oh.
I might need another drink right now.
Yeah, I was like, I want to get another drink.
Welcome to episode 27, where we all have miniature heart attacks.
Can we make it like a 3-hour session instead?
Yeah, it might end up being that.
I mean, if you guys want to push for 3 hours,
yeah.
Whatever you're comfortable with. But
So Lynn, are you approaching Aeson?
yes, like
Aeson! Why?
He's gonna look back at you, still with the paper in his hands.
Okay, seriously, what's going on? You look deathly pale.
And with it being Lynn, who he has the most rapport and trust with, he's going to hand you the piece of paper.
She'll take it.
And it's going to be a picture of himself as a younger person. Not too much younger, maybe like 19, 18. And it's going to be him and a female. The female also has what looks like to be the same stringed instrument on her back as the one in the shadows that we all just saw.
Oh no.
I didn't want to bring everyone down more.
She's gonna drop her accent again. It's like,
But oh my god, I'm so sorry. But she was there with us. She was there in that first picture.
That
And
is true.
if they're right, and this is prophetic, well, by the gods, then she'll be alright. Right?
I can only hope so. His voice is going to quiver a little bit.
it's just gonna go up and hug you.
He's going to return the hug.
It's gonna be alright. Well, this certainly became a lot more interesting than we intended, huh?
Yes, I thought we were just coming out to put an end to some slavers and do some good, but it looks like there's more in store for us.
On the plus side, considering that first picture, still a chance for some good, right?
I didn't catch too much of the first picture. All I could really make out was I saw you in there, and then there was a dragon and a bunch of other people. You said she was in the first one?
Yeah. All of us were.
She's just gonna quiver a bit and just look to the side.
Except one person.
Yeah, that's why she's looking aside.
What's wrong? You seemed hesitant, which is one thing you never are.
There was one missing. I'm afraid. I think that second picture, the second set,
Lynn's just gonna hug into you again.
He's gonna hug back. Who was missing? Was it me?
you were with us, but I'm afraid for Cole at Croca.
Oh,
I'm afraid that he might.
well, I'll give you my word that as long as I draw breath, I will do everything I can to keep him safe. As well as everyone else here. But if you didn't see him in that picture, then I shall focus my efforts.
She's just gonna slightly push away a bit and just start pacing again.
It's not like the gods are entirely immune to fate, especially not prophecies. There's still variability, there's still chance. I mean, Taiki's still great among. I mean, there's still potential. There's a chance to change things.
Well, it came from Hades, according to Cole, and I could pray to my god and see if I can get any answers. My god is a little bit more dependable when it comes to prophecies. He is the god of oracles, after all. Perhaps we should also find a temple of Apollo.
We want a Taiki. We have as much good fortune on our side as possible.
Good fortune, prophecy. We could use whatever we could get. We should go back.
She's gonna hand out to you for things like,
I don't mean to sound crass. This is me. This is real me. It's just, I mean, you're a little lordling, right? Yeah, blue blood. You're got connections, right? You can help some people evacuate. You can get some guards' attention. You can get some word out. I mean, I have my connections in order to see.
Aeson will, of course, nod. Actually, out of right now, I'm wondering if Lynn would be able to make a history check, because back in the tryout, he did hand her his sigil ring for luck.
That's what I was questioning before as well. If I can make a history check.
Yeah, sure.
How would you interpret that?
To 16. What kind of history was she rolling for? To figure out your lineage, or
if I can recall, like mentioning that he was a lordling and all. And back in the tryouts, he handed me a signet ring for good luck.
Well, let's not try talking too much about the tryouts.
Sorry.
So, during your travels, he did give you the signet ring. Like I said, I mean, I don't know exactly what this role is. So, he's obviously, he's obviously a blue blood, very powerful person because he is a noble.
Trying to recall how far his reach would be. She recognizes the name, the signet.
Oh, I mean,
he probably hasn't given you a last name.
Oh,
he's probably just gone by Aeson.
True. Yeah, that would be a safer route.
Yeah, so with like a 16, I mean, it's kind of, you would know that the region is probably around Graydon, but you wouldn't be able to tell, his true ranking.
Right.
Yes, I might be able to swing some pulling. Not sure though. Never tried.
I mean, I don't mean to press. It's just, what we saw is going to be bad over there. If it does actually happen.
I'm just worried they won't take it seriously. We saw a prophecy. We know something bad is going to happen. What do I tell them to have them take me seriously?
I have no idea. This is so frustrating.
You know that I have the same goals, I believe, as you, which is to help people and save them. So I'll do what I can in Croca, but I can't make any promises. I don't know exactly where to start. I don't know what to tell them. I don't want them to look at me as if I'm a raving madman.
She's just looking defeated, but still trying to keep her head high.
Any little step that can help. Sorry, again, I'm just
I'll
worried.
definitely do what I can.
She's just gonna look at the picture again and just hand it back to you.
He's gonna nod, and he's gonna carefully place it back in his pack, and then he's gonna get up and walk back towards camp with you.
Yeah.
In the meantime, back at camp.
While that was going on, I do want a scene with Zachariah.
Okay.
Yeah. So, once Lynn rushes off, Mila's gonna just kind of approach Zachariah and just kind of like lightly, unsure, just tap him on his shoulder just to see how he is, just in her best way, just trying to comfort her. comfort him, even though she herself is like a wreck right now as well.
I would say that Zachariah is a little bit. I wouldn't say shell shocked. It's the only word I can really think about it right now. Just the tap on the shoulder, just kind of jerks very quickly.
I'm sorry. No, I'm sorry. I just wanted to see how you were doing. You I'm sorry. I'm not good at this. I mean, are you okay? You're not going to leave, are you?
Of course not. I'm just... Honestly, I'm annoyed. I'm annoyed, I'm mad. I'm just... I don't know. This whole trip has been such a wasted effort. People have died just to go towards a destination that, if this particular moment didn't happen, just even if they were here, they probably would have died there. It all seemed futile at the moment.
I mean, I don't think it's futile. I mean, like we have a chance to save it. So.
Well, I wasn't giving up.
I shouldn't have checked it.
No. If you didn't, if we didn't try this, we could be dead if we actually have made it there without being prepared.
I shouldn't have taken the crystal in the first place. It was magical, and I thought just it was something more I could learn about magic. Maybe something to help my own magic, and
Mila, this has nothing to do with you.
I'm the one who had it though. I'm the one who decided to check it, and like I took it, and
it's the fault of the gods, but putting it onto us instead of doing stuff themselves. Again, they throw it off to somebody else instead of them fixing their problems that they cause.
Gods meddle in mortal lives all the time, and this is
yet
just.
They choose not to now, when it's actually important.
Zachariah, I'm really sorry. And she is starting to cry at this point.
I'm sorry.
No.
I'm not good company right now.
It's okay. I you're my closest friend right now. I wanted just someone to talk to.
I know, and I've been throwing things and frustrations from old onto you. I apologize.
Mm-hmm.
How are you holding up?
I'm really wishing I did not leave Novoreska now. If I just stayed back home with my parents, maybe none of this would have happened. Maybe if I just listened to them, that my magic was... It was too much for me, and I...
But that's no life at all, you know that.
It's how I lived for over 100 years.
Yes, but being denied that freedom, being denied a choice just because of consequences not of your own choosing, that's not a way to live, Mila. We live in spite of the things given to us. That's what we have to move on and keep in our minds every day. And sure, it would probably be a whole lot easier. Honestly, if I never left the farm, it'd be so much easier. We wouldn't. Neither of us would have to have dealt with this, but the lives we led before, Definitely from what you said. I know for fact for the life I led. There. No. No. That's not the life that any of us deserve. Even if we do have to face down death sometimes.
Thank you. You made me feel a little bit better about leaving home, but I still don't know. And at this point, she's kind of like looking downward, kind of rubbing her arms against her hands against her arms.
I think about that time, Zachariah, in his traditional kind of attire with the little fur around him for his jacket, just pull it off. Let's start to wrap it around Mila. Just take all the time you need. We must center ourselves back again. It seems like tonight's going to be the last rest of peace that we'll have for a long time. Because we're going to have to move as far as we can, starting morning. If we are truly going to set off and do this.
Mm-hmm. I'm so looking forward to a bed in Croca. But thank you, Zachariah, for everything. And she's going to just kind of lean in and give him a hug.
Yeah, he'll reciprocate, give a good hug back.
Yeah. And after that, she's just going to walk back to the fire.
I think Zachariah's just going to stay there himself for a little bit. Him and the stars.
Okay. And Cole will just kind of be sitting around the fire. Kind of, apparently, just being on his own. I'd say it's about that time that, Mila, Aeson, and Lynn all return to the fire.
Mila's just kind of holding Zachariah's coat kind of closer to her, just almost kind of burying herself in it, trying to hide her tears as well.
Okay.
So, everyone, we need to come up with a plan of action now because of this.
Hearing the seriousness of this getting started, Zachariah would head back over.
Okay.
Well, what exactly can we plan to do?
Well, I can see what I can do talking to some of the nobles in the city.
No, I was gonna say, I doubt she's gonna Mila was just like, I doubt I have any sway with them. I really don't know any other people besides elven nobles, so unless they're there in Croca that day, which I highly doubt it.
Well, there's a chance. There's a big festival and everything going on. Might be some dignitaries or something.
However... Oh, go on.
Elves don't tend to leave their homeland.
Once they do, they're kind of almost forbidden. Yeah, exactly.
Cole,
Yes.
when we visit the city, will you be my envoy when I go and visit the nobles?
I mean, I can. I don't know if I'll be any help.
Just please be careful, Cole.
It's for appearance's sake.
I think we all need to be careful. He's going to kind of like raise an eyebrow, like, okay, there's something I don't know?
Well, out of character, the reason Aeson's asking is just because Cole knows. And the others don't.
Yeah.
And it's also an appearance thing, you know? He's coming with an armored and weaponed man, so, you know, it's the appearance of... It's to keep up the appearance of nobility.
He's more giving the look to Mila, who told him specifically to be careful.
Yeah, she told him to be careful because of the whole vision that was in the crystal. She's worried about him dying. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
It seems that he did not get any information that might have been him.
I don't think it was shared for good reason.
Yeah.
I think I definitely agree with that. I think we all need to be careful.
Yes, of course.
Because we're setting out to prove that these prophecies won't come true. And sadly, we don't wish to be proven right by us dying, instead of stopping it.
Speaking of care, perhaps we should establish watches for tonight as well.
Before we do, though, what of a backup plan? Because, to be honest, this is the biggest festival in the whole continent, wouldn't you agree? Or at least that some people would agree, so...
One of many, I guess, yes. The only other one that tops this is the Winter Solstice Festival over in Graydon.
So you're talking about one of the biggest things in the year, and trying to call it off. Especially, no offense, but with certain nobles. Especially certain nobles who come from merchant lines. Even with the toll of death, some of them may not listen. What is our backup plan then to try to deal with this? To get as many people out?
There is a chance.
You set a fire?
There's
If
a
I had to
chance
empty...
Oh,
sorry.
say there's a chance I might be able to sway the merchant nobles.
And if there's not, we do what I did in my time in the army. We set fires and yell, scream and run, it's fire. Maybe even find some TNT.
We're not setting fire to...
No.
I mean, it's practical.
We're not setting fire to an entire village!
Would you rather the places burn down or the people? What is more replaceable?
Who knows?
The city's going to be destroyed anyway.
Who knows that? Who knows
Let's-
if the fires being started by us would be the cause of this? We have to worry about that as well.
Oh, I wouldn't start setting fire until we saw something dangerous.
By then it might be too late.
It's still an option. A practical last resort.
Every story needs its villain to make things happen. Not that I say I wish to be one, but if it saves people's lives, to be viewed in a negative light.
Speaking of villains, I may have some contacts there that I can call in some favors for. Either to look around and see what's going on, see if they have any rumors going about, see if they can actually force some blue blood hands.
It's probably best I don't go with you on that one.
Yeah, from what you said, I'm not sure they recognize you from your prior job.
Cole will accompany me to talk with the nobles.
I mean, I can try to go with you, Lynn. I mean, I'm not... I mean, I can try. I mean, like I said, I really don't... I know anyone in Croca, so...
Well,
Oh, God.
I don't know about that.
If... Mila,
Mhm.
I appreciate it. And frankly, with this group, any additional eyes could be useful. But I also want you to be careful. So, if you do want to come with me, I just want you to keep your ears and eyes open and stay at my side.
I don't.
Would you not be better placed with Aeson, as being a noble yourself, and as someone who is not needing of armor, of weapon? You still hold yourself on there without looking like a threat to them, whereas that's a bit hampering dealing with... who are these people again? Daisy looks at Lynn. Because I'm thinking of the worst sort now. No offense.
She's looking away.
It's not that bad. Not murderers and the like. Just
Thieves,
how do I explain?
liars, and crooks.
Yeah,
There's no skirting around it.
yeah.
Well, then I think, actually, I could do well served going with you. Bards have a wholly bad reputation of being pushed in with the sword, as we both know.
Yeah.
But still,
I
that can
mean,
be dealt with later.
so I'm going with Aeson and Cole then?
You can choose what you wish, but I think that...
I don't want to be alone.
It might be safer with Aeson and Cole.
Yes, Mila, you can come with Cole and I.
Okay. I'd rather talk to nobles than criminals. I mean, no offense, Lynn.
Mila, if you are
Trust me, it wouldn't be
to,
the first.
Mila, if you are to come with Cole and I will have to have a few words with you on how to deal with human nobility.
Yeah, I'm not sure how to do it.
You just nod, stay quiet, and look to the floor.
So it's just like all the nobility.
In a
Feels
way.
like home already.
Kinda glad I live with Dad then.
Cole's going to be kind of looking into the fire and poking at it.
What's the matter, Cole?
You remember the picture of the entire group sitting underneath the creature?
Huh?
Yes.
I think I know what it is, but I can't say for sure.
What do your instincts tell you?
Lynn's biting her lip.
Well, everybody knows of the Great War. You all have been told one way or another the tale of how it happened. And the build-up to the Titans. Does anybody remember a tale of a dragon created by man, filled with magic beyond belief, that became corrupted?
I rolled a 16.
I rolled a 20.
So, history rolls. History rolls down the line. Who do we start with? So we got
Zachariah, me.
So we're going to start with Zachariah, who got a 16, Aeson, who's got a 17, Lynn, who got a 20, and Mila, who got a 7.
Thematic.
Mila, you're not going to know anything.
Mm-hmm.
Zachariah, Aeson. The gist of what you're going to remember is it's an old tale. It was very dangerous at the time. It was probably around the time that the last wielder of the Trius Blade was around. It is actually said that the last wielder of the blade died in combat with this creature. Its name was Magoris. It was a dragon made by magic after humans had taken a dragon egg and just used every magical item they could to just beef the thing up. Lynn, with a history of 20, you're going to know the ending of that tale, that the wielder of the blade had to sacrifice himself to only banish the thing. But it was man's creation.
It's back.
I remember the tales. It's not generally ones that I've heard too much on. But I remember something. Are you insinuating that's the creature?
Not sure. I don't know what it is, but it took a group of people to take it down. Although, in the town picture of us, there was only the 4 of us. There was not the entire people standing in front of the dragon as there was in Croker's picture. Meaning that those are 2 creatures. Because we go to Croker first. And we defeat it. Maybe. I don't know. But I don't think they're the same thing. I think one's more dangerous than the other. Which is why we probably need more people.
This is exactly what I don't want to hear right now. If that is true. Just think, this first thing is going to destroy Croker. And then we're dealing with something stronger than...
But if we find those other people, I mean, they looked strong. I mean, what? Did you see the huge hammer one had? Maybe with their help, we'll be able to defeat this dragon at least. Maybe we'll run into the Makroka.
Who's to say they're not behind this?
Maybe they're already there. We don't know until we get there and find out.
I know one thing. In the big battle, I wasn't there. So my thought is, after Croker, I'm going to split up from you guys. I'm going to see if I can find those people and send them the right way to you guys. I hate to say it, but they seem familiar. Feel like I've met them before. I just can't... I mean, I have my suspicions, but I don't know for sure.
Strong ones? Those you can trust?
I mean, they helped me before.
With... Oh,
She's gonna look down again.
with, your
My
angel.
wife.
They were the group that helped you?
Potentially. 2 of them look familiar, but I don't know. The other 2 were blurry, and then there was one that I don't recognize at all. And I definitely don't recognize the boy. But I think the one that has the hammer goes by the name of Charity. And the other one goes by the name of Maggie.
Aeson's gonna kind of like perk up when he says Maggie, but he'll try to return to his normal demeanor.
The last time I heard, they were heading kind of wandering, and Maggie was sweet on a guy from Groggy Hill.
Hmm.
So, Can these people be trusted? I know that you told that they helped you and all, but
I would trust them with my life. At least Charity and Maggie. I don't know too much about the others. There was a man with a hood and a hat. Didn't speak much, kept mostly to himself, but he was knowledgeable about magic, which could be a strong help. But, as I said, the only two that was recognizable was, of course, Charity and Maggie, if that is who I think they are.
I don't know. If so, and we can trust these people, that's good to know, but I don't know. It seems I take the place of being contrary to most beliefs here, just in case. I don't know. Because, like we said, it's dealing with prophecy in a picture of that. We don't know exactly what is to come. What is happening in these pictures. Just what we can tell from in that second.
I can tell you one thing. If the stories are true, and it is that dragon, we brought it on ourselves. He's gonna look up with, sincerity in that. I heard stories about what humans did. And we're not the only ones who did it. My best guess is that monster in the lake. I think the elves attempted the same thing.
The elves are responsible for the monster? I mean,
Potentially. I don't know. I definitely didn't grow up there. It was a long time ago.
Would Mila have heard anything growing up in Nebraska?
Light rumors.
Mhm.
I mean, nobody speaks about a direct connection between them and the monster.
Mhm.
But you do know that at one point people did know of the humans, quote unquote, experimenting.
Okay.
And so they might have been met with the same kind of, tit for tat. Like, all right, you want to build an A bomb? We'll build an F bomb.
Okay. Got it. Yeah, she's just gonna kind of hold her thumbnail up to her mouth and just kind of chew on it as she kind of pulls closer.
Everybody, we should probably get to rest as soon as possible. The quicker we can get on the road, the more time we'll have in Croca before the festival.
Yes.
So, I'll take first watch.
I'll take second. It might be good to have Mila take the others.
Yeah, I was gonna say I could take the last. You guys rest, please.
Cole, I'll join you in your watch. There's still something I want to discuss with you.
Oh. And he'll actually take a moment to wiggle his eyebrows just a little bit. Kind of like lightening the mood. You're not getting in my sleep sack, yeah?
Not without you noticing.
Better be sneaky.
I have my ways. How do you think I lived so long?
Is this out loud? Like
Yeah.
right here?
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh my lord.
Mila is bright red.
Just remember, like someone once said, if it doesn't work one way, always burn it with fire.
Mila's gonna look to Zachariah kind of just shocked, concerned.
I usually like to just grip the hair.
Oh my!
My lord.
I think we went two different directions. Okay. I
don't
didn't think
necessarily burn hair, but you know.
I don't. All right.
Cole starts chuckling.
Lynn's just on the ground laughing loud.
I think there was a misinterpretation there, but I think it was needed.
Let's get the rest.
Well,
Maybe we should calm down a little bit around the child.
I'm not.
All right,
child.
fine.
I doubt she. I would fancy a guess she's probably the oldest of all of us.
Joking.
170, not child.
Damn.
I can. Wow.
Aeson's gonna go and put an understanding hand on Mila's shoulder. You got me beat by about 150 years.
I'm never gonna understand Elven Age. Holy hell.
How have you not mastered an instrument?
Me?
Do you know an instrument?
Hold on.
Let me just go through my memories. Shuffle paper.
Let me just check
No, actually, no. I mean, I just read and studied magic.
that. Figures.
What's wrong with learning a little magic? I thought that's what you wanted.
She's just kind of, yeah. Mila's
Oh,
just kind of
no,
like tilt her head, like, excuse me.
I didn't mean it like that. It would be nice to learn an instrument. That's it. That's all.
Yeah, Mila's gonna kind of look towards Zachariah, like, and then just kind of like look back to Cole.
Throw
I
my
don't want to
hands
learn
up.
his instruments.
Mm.
My instruments are off limits, thank you.
Yeah, I don't blow another man's flute.
And with that, he's going to pop his flute out of his holster.
Oh my lord.
Okay,
This
I'm
one is
going
mine.
if anyone needs me, I'm just gonna be over there. I'll go to start my meditation.
Would you like to borrow the bedroll, Mila?
Maybe I will. Yes, please. Okay, and she
He'll
just
hand
kind
you
of,
the bedroll.
yeah, she takes the bedroll. She just kind of like,
Do we break the DM?
we might have broken the DM.
I'm fine.
No, I'm here.
What's going off in the distance then?
That was me.
Oh god, Blue.
Oh boy.
All right. So the first watch was who?
The first watch is me, but during the first watch, Aeson is going to just call Cole over before everyone's too sleepy.
All right.
Zachariah is going to be awake for just a little bit, but not going to be on watch.
Okay.
Cole, you said during your travels you encountered some people, Charity, Maggie, and that they were wandering.
Yes, I did.
Well, and he's going to pull the same picture out of his sack. Is this her?
I mean, a little bit older, but yes.
So she is out and about. I wonder why she left the comforts of her home.
I think when I was traveling with her, she said something about just seeing the world and getting away from the folks.
Well, maybe I'll see her again then.
Maybe.
He will thank Cole
Mhm.
and then go about his watch, looking slightly dejected, but also, got a little bit of a pep to his step. He's going through some weird feelings right now.
So I guess Cole would continue about his watch.
Oh, Cole taking first watch now too?
No, he's taking second watch with Lynn. Sorry, my bad.
Yep.
I would like, and we're gonna discuss this real quick. Who are we getting to roll the 1d100?
I'll do it.
Okay.
That'd be a 16.
Ooh. Okay.
The dragon comes
Ooh.
back.
Good thing I used
This is
my
a
second-
mystery.
Would we consider our time sitting around the fire talking as a short rest?
I'd say yeah. Yeah.
All right. Just because then I get my second wind and unwavering mark back.
Level 5, and I can use my full bardic.
All right. Well, your watch will go unimpeded. And eventually it'll be the end of your watch.
I'll go and I'll wake up Cole, and then I'll go wake up Lynn. Rise and shine, early birds.
Mm.
That was my biscuit.
I'm gonna share that damn biscuit.
I'll get your biscuit.
Oof.
Can't handle my biscuit.
It's probably too dry.
Oh!
Ooh.
Oh my! You're taking it back.
And with that, I think it's time for me to go to sleep. Zachariah just closes his book and just lays over.
Okay.
Aeson will go and lay next to where Mila is meditating, since she has the bedroll.
Okay. So Cole would kind of find a tree trunk close by, maybe something, piece of wood or something, and kind of sit down on it. He'll use his hand to kind of rub over his face to kind of wake him up a little bit, and kind of slap his cheek, and whatever it is to kind of bring the blood to his head.
Easy joke. Not gonna take it.
This podcast has now become for adult only. 18 blood.
Please enter your
Patreon
credit
exclusive.
card. Oh god. So yeah. Lynn. She's just gonna look over Cole. Back and forth again, just pacing. And then just rush up. It's like,
You said you're gonna go off on your own as soon as you get to Croker, right?
Not until after the fight. I'm not just going to leave you guys high and dry. You don't
No,
have to worry about that.
no, of course. No, I'm just.
I can't let Mr. Prissy Pants over there fight on his... Or the bookworm.
Aeson can handle himself.
Oh, I know he can. Both of them are good fighters, but from the looks of that, we're going to need everyone.
Yeah. So maybe your assistance will, hopefully your teachings at least, will take hold.
Oh, I'm going to train you guys a lot more in the next coming days.
You're gonna need it, apparently.
Let's put it this way. Even if we send a letter to any higher kingdom, they'd never make it in time. We've got 5 days and counting, 4 after tomorrow morning. There's no army, no military that can reach Croker in time. None of a substantial sort. We are the last defense.
I'm just gonna take a long sigh, just the thought that this was not what I was expecting at all. I just,
Well, we're here now. Fate has decided that we be here and on this path. We take our lickings and keep moving. I mean, hell, if those pictures are right, we're gonna last for a long time, huh?
You guys will. I wasn't there and depicted in the last battle, so I'm sure I might have a different job. I don't think I'll be there.
she's gonna rapidly blink and look down.
Yeah. I mean, with your talents, and you probably have more than enough connections to. You're probably just rallying before us, and probably have a force on the waking. During that moment, I'm sure nothing.
Oh well.
Well, maybe. Potentially. By the way, for those who are not watching, I rolled an insight for Cole. He got a 7. And Lynn rolled a deception of 20.
So the usual.
Yes.
Mhm.
One or the other, I'm going to be of some help. I don't know. Maybe it's important that I be somewhere else during the final battle.
Yeah. Cole.
Yeah?
I mean,
He's gonna turn down again and just look. Serious look straight in his eyes.
whatever happens, just do your best to be safe, alright?
Yeah, of course.
I mean, it's not like...
You do the same.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, just...
Okay, he's going to roll again on the inside. 19. That is a natural 20.
She's not hiding it well either, so maybe try and roll.
What's going on? You're acting stranger than usual.
Oh, really? Is that possible?
He's going to get a serious look. What's going on?
She's gonna put a hand on his arm.
I'm seriously just concerned because the pictures we saw of Kroka, I'm seriously worried that I really hope I'm wrong, that I missaw something, that someone else is. I mean, it was us there.
I think I'm the one who's laying on the ground. I could be.
I hope not.
I might be.
I will make sure it's not.
It doesn't matter either way. As lovely you as you are, and with as close as we have been these last couple of days, and I've enjoyed this. There is somebody waiting for me after all this. Well, I'm assuming she's waiting for me. So it's my time to go. It's my time to go.
She's gonna get a little blurry-eyed. She's gonna try to hide it though.
Come here. I've got something to show you. And he's going to kind of walk his way towards the tree line. He's going to grab her and pin her against the tree.
What?
And then plant one on her. And this will be kind of a very deep kiss. And then he'll pull away. If I do die, we still got tonight.
Well,
She's lost all composure.
He's gonna look back to the group, kind of peeking out from behind the tree. We've got some time. And he'll clear his throat.
you still got any of the meat?
He'll nod and he'll pull it from his backpack after kind of sitting it down.
She's gonna take it right from his hand and take a giant swig. And then just grab him by his collar plant one back.
If you live through all this, you owe me another 10 rounds.
If I live through this, I'm gonna owe you a house. And then we are going to softly fade to black.
I'd like a house.
Yeah, me too.
And there it is.
I'm having fun.
Anyway, fade to black, maybe about an hour later, give or take. They'll come out from the trees. Of course, dressed, you know. You know what the worst part is Mila, you're trancing. What is your passive perception?
My passive perception is 13.
All right, so here's what I'm going to need to do. I'm going to need to have Lynn, and I'll be also rolling for Cole, do a sleight of hand with disadvantage.
I will
Stealth.
say this. Lynn's mask is officially done with this group. And she's a loud individual.
Oh no!
Oh, wow.
That's not bad.
They're in unison.
Both got 12. Mila, you hear a few questionable sounds. Not a lot. Questionable sounds. But eventually, you know, you'll come out of your trance. They'll kind of be sitting around the fire, maybe a little bit closer than normal. Maybe, you know, kind of like leaning against each other, taking swigs from the mead, just kind of poking at the fire and relaxing.
Laura has to come out of her shipping state. Yeah. Mila's gonna just raise an eyebrow, like, I think your watch is up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm getting a little tired.
Already.
It's been a very long watch. Yeah.
Would this wake up Aeson passive perception of 13?
No. The only reason I say that is because both you and Zachariah are unconscious. Mila, because she's an elf and she trances, she has the ability to be aware of her surrounding while she trances. So that's kind of why she got that roll.
That's why I asked how long it took, because it takes a little bit to go to sleep.
Yeah.
Anyway.
I'd say they probably wouldn't have done anything like that until after sleep. So everybody would have had to have been asleep before I think they even started the conversation.
Oh, do I want to ask Lynn this question? Okay. As I guess they're switching, Mila's gonna like kind of walk up slowly to Lynn.
Hmm?
Can you maybe tell me how to do that in the future? That's what I mean.
She's gonna have the widest grin.
Is it Aeson?
No.
We'll talk about it in the morning.
So, here's the downside about that.
Oh.
That was not considered light activity.
Yeah, I had a feeling.
Exhaustion.
Well, actually, no. What we're going to do is roll Constitution. If they fail the DC, then they get exhaustion. So I mean, you've got a chance that, you know, so like 2 to 3 days without sleeping, that's going to start causing exhaustion eventually. It's
Yeah, that's a DC
you won't
20
get
at that.
You're gonna do this every fucking day?
no. I mean, like, so in the long run, so like one night of sleep isn't going to completely kill you, you know, and that's if you roll a high enough kind of constitution.
Oh, trust me, I know.
Yeah, you're not going to see effect. But Lynn and Cole both need to roll a Constitution saving.
Ooh.
Wow.
Uh,
So Cole got a 24, and unfortunately Lynn got a 7.
Looks like you wore her out after all.
Yeah, so I think, unfortunately, Lynn, tomorrow you will be suffering from the first level of exhaustion.
that's a disadvantage on ability checks, right?
So here's the thing: their first level is disadvantage on ability checks, not skill. Let's see. Second level speed is halved. Third level disadvantage on attack and saving throw. Fourth level is hit point maximum is half. 5 is speed is reduced to 0, and 6 is death. Let me click on ability checks and see what all that entails.
I believe that does entail skills.
Yeah.
Anything to do with the ability score and the skills section, I believe, but not saves. I don't believe.
When I click on ability check, it takes me to the player's handbook bundle. I don't want that.
Gotta get your money. Need the money.
Yeah.
They have
And
the
so I
Santa
would say,
Claus
yeah.
bundle out now. I'm thinking about purchasing it.
I don't know, man.
The worst part about the exhaustion is that each level stacks on top of the other one.
Yeah. But that's only if you don't get sleep the next night. You know. So once you get a full rest of 8 hours of sleep, that goes away. I mean, if you've got more than one level, it might take much long to go away. But
Oh no, does that mean I don't get my bardic?
unfortunately,
Oh, I'm gonna have to
this
be really
bardic
conservative.
inspiration comes back.
It's
with
long rest right now.
Yeah, you don't regain that because you don't gain the benefit of full rest.
Okay, so I'm down to 4 spell slots and 1 bardic die. So don't mess up, guys.
I always do that.
Just pray the dragon
Don't worry
doesn't
about
come
it.
back.
Aeson gets all of his stuff back after even a short rest, so he's gravy. I didn't know, but I read it. And Action Surge comes back after a short rest too.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
So, guys, Mila, the rest of your watch is going to go by easy. And the next morning, the sun will be rising over the peaks. The light will be shining just through the trees. It'll hit Aeson in the face, just the light. Cole, you'll probably hear the light crackle of the cinders from the fire burn out. Lynn, you are going to be passed out still, probably still within your full sleep realm.
Yeah.
Cole will be up. He'll be kind of poking at the fire. He'll probably have gotten up in probably about 4 or 5 minutes before everybody else, and kind of nodded to Mila.
She is gonna turn bright red and like avoid his gaze.
I mean, he's gonna look a little weird or surprised, but probably before everybody wakes up, you give that 3 or 4 minutes. So, judging by that face, you had it.
Lynn was really loud.
I apologize. I did not mean to make you feel uncomfortable.
I'm just I'm fine. Sorry, I'm fine. I'm really fine.
Okay.
I'm fine.
Cole will get up and stretch, crack his back, and then he'll scream, "All right, everyone, get up."
Aeson will stand up quickly because he's startled by that. Hand on his longsword.
Lynn's gonna pull the covers over her head.
Come on, up and at 'em. We've got 5 days to strap you guys into booting.
Fine.
Which means I am going to be training each and every one of you as hard as I can.
Cole, shouldn't we get some, leeway in there so when we come up against whatever we're coming up against, we're not exhausted and ready to die?
Yes, the last day you guys will get a full night's rest.
Fair enough. I'm all about it.
The situation we're in, we barely have a choice. So, kind of getting out of his bed. All right, let's go. He's kind of sniffles up a little bit.
I would say that is the perfect place to end it for tonight.
Oh,
This was a roller coaster of emotions.
Oh yeah.
yep.
I think we're gonna have a lot of people out on this episode.
Uh-huh.
This is a big episode.
Yeah.
This is the beginning of something amazing.
Hi, my name is Blue, and I play Zachariah Talor. Thank you so much for listening to this episode of the podcast. What do you think about where we left the story off at? Have the gods left us to an impossible task? How will the party ever get to Kroka in 4 days to prevent disaster? Leave us a comment down below and tell us your predictions. While you're at it, please follow us and subscribe on iTunes, Podbean, and Google Play at opportunityroll.podcast@gmail.com if you wish to hear more of our tales. If you wish to level up, head over to our Patreon and check out some cool magic swag we have awaiting for you. If all of this isn't enough for you, check out our Facebook and subscribe to our YouTube at Opportunity Roll. If you want to contact us or ask us any questions, you can reach us at opportunityroll.podcast@gmail.com. We'd like to thank Purple Planet Music. We use their site for all of our music. And we'd also like to thank Kobold Press, as we use some of their monsters from Tome Beasts to keep everyone on their toes and enjoying the game. Thank you again, and remember to keep your opportunities open.